Welcome back to episode 5 of Underrated. Now, before I introduce this artist to you, question. Do you like Distortion? Do you like screaming? Do you like beats? Do you like pure, unadulterated aggression?
Fuck you all!
Oh, you do? Oh, well, this won't be for you. Sorry.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you all!
Okay, so as you can tell by the title of the video, we're talking about Alec Empire today with the album Futurist. Now, Alec Empire I have been a little obsessed with for as long as I can remember. I think I probably discovered, well, to rewind slightly, I discovered Atari Teenage Riot, rest in peace, who he was the main man behind. And he did a lot of his own solo stuff under his name, Alec Empire. Before we get into this specific album, you can see here that he has quite a large discography. And he also has quite a few remixes that he's released as well. He's been a busy boy since the early 90s. His entire catalogue ranges from this to this to this. All over the place. He has made a lot of music of many different styles, most of which are either weird, heavy, or a combination of both. This particular album I wasn't going to cover. I was actually going to cover his previous album, Intelligence and Sacrifice, but I had a feeling that based on what I think you, my lovely subscribers, are into, I think this would probably float your boat a little bit more than Intelligence and Sacrifice for a number of reasons. The main reason being that with this album, he goes a little less electronic and a little more band-based, at least band-sounding. So this album was released in 2005, which is an interesting period in time for this to come out, because I lost a lot of faith in music, in heavy music I should say, in 2005, based on albums that certain bands that I was a huge fan of were releasing around the time. I probably would have heard this around the time, so this would have been like the last hurrah of heavy music that I was listening to at the time, and then I basically moved on to listening to a lot more electronic music for the next 10 years. Anyway, this album is insane. Based on what I can see on Wikipedia, Enemy, Kerrang, and Pitchfork Media gave it very low ratings, or middling ratings, let's say, which I cannot understand. Maybe it's just too intense for these reviewers, but something that's too intense for everyone else is probably my kind of thing, and possibly your thing as well. Step away from everything you know. Every cool house. It starts off with Kiss of Death, which just immediately rips your face off. There's no messing around on this album whatsoever. I'm gonna read you some of the track names here. Kiss of Death, Night of Violence, Overdose, Gotta Get Out, Point of No Return, Vertigo, Make 'Em Bleed, Hunt You Down, Uproar, In Disguise, Terror Alert, High, and 18 for some reason. Not sure why. This thing is rabid. And I honestly never got bored of this album. It's not one I listen to often. I do listen to Alec Empire's music often, because there's so much of it. Some of it's a bit weird and it kind of sounds like an old computer malfunctioning in space. But being the main man behind Atari Teenage Riot, who, if you don't know, if you're interested, I could cover them in an underrated video as well. He's just got this streak of pure rage about him, which I, of course, always appreciate. It could be perceived as like he takes himself a little too seriously, and he's very serious a lot of the time. He's not one to make many jokes, but he's German, so he can get away with that. I can't really say there's any particular standout song for me on this album, because it really doesn't let up throughout most of its runtime, and the song names, which I just mentioned, when you know the album well enough, you can just read the song name and hear the chorus of the song, because typically the chorus of the song is him just screaming the title of the song over and over again. Which is, you could say it's good songwriting. I mean, if the title of the song can make you already think of the song, I'd argue that's good songwriting, in whatever context that might take. You could call it lazy. Some might. There's really nothing lazy about this album whatsoever. This thing is so intense, and kind of in a similar sense to the first album I covered in Underrated, the Willhaven album, El Diablo. This thing just does not stop. It bursts open and rips your face off and just continues tearing at your sinews, plucking out your eyeballs, ripping out your teeth, etc. It's so brutal. So when this came out, as I said, I was well aware of Atari Teenage Riot and Alec Empire. It's like he made this for me. It's like, you know, I've made a lot of pretty intense electronic music over the years, but here's some guitar for you. And I was, nom 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 nom, thank you very much, Mr. Empire, please, more. And then, sadly, after this one, the last album he released in 2007, which is almost 20 years ago now, I don't like that, was crap. It was so bad, and I hate to say that, but it was like the worst thing he ever did. His career ended on a massive whimper. I call it his concussion album, because it sounds like he's concussed throughout all of it. Versus this, where he sounds like he's running down the street on fire looking for a fire extinguisher. It never gets boring, this sound. To me, anyway. I don't know, maybe it would be a little overbearing for some of you, but the sound of this album is, it's another one of those where I'll just, you know, be looking for something to listen to in the gym, and I'll just pop it on, and I'm like, oh my god, why have I not listened to this in 3 days? Yeah, I can't really recommend all of his music to you. I will be honest, because like I say, there's a lot of it that's a bit weird that I try listening to. I've tried listening to over the last 20-25 years and failed. Because I just end up going, okay, it's like 8 minutes of this bleepy, ploppety noises, and I don't need that. Interesting that you should experiment with different sounds and making very unconventional music. Let's just put it that way. But I don't need experiments. Just do this, please, all the time. And Alec Empire at this time live did something which I at the time had never seen before, and I've tried to find videos on YouTube of this, but I've been unsuccessful. Not even for this video. I was trying to find it for some other video I made. I can't remember what it was. But live, he would have 2 drummers simultaneously. Not one drummer and a percussionist a la Slipknot, for example. No, this was 2 drummers playing 2 full drum kits side by side. And I'd never seen that before, but it looked really cool. I don't know if it would be of any benefit, really, to live music. Like, one drummer is kind of enough. He's like, no, just give me 2 drummers, it'll be better. More is better. I love his unabashed, more is more, just turn it up to 11 attitude with basically everything he does, whether it's heaviness or weirdness. And thankfully, On Futurist, there isn't a lot of weirdness. There isn't a lot of experimentation, which misses the mark for me a lot of the time. This is just pure aggression, hardcore punk with like electronic elements and stuff. It's so up my street, I cannot tell you. I'm trying to think of other bands that I could compare it to. I mean, obviously you've heard presumably enough of it by now in this video. It makes me think of some things, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. It's like hardcore punk, but it's not. It's a spirit of punk, and it sounds a little like punk, but the beats are kind of too slow to be punk. It's similar to other things, but also incredibly unique, and Alec Empire himself is incredibly unique. Like, he's one of those artists that just has only really properly disappointed me one time, and that was with his 2007 album, The Golden Foretaste of Heaven, because that was just diabolically boring. And in some ways, this is my favourite album of his. I would say it's underrated, but I think a lot of his music is. I don't think any, like Atari Teenage Riot and his own solo stuff never really got the mainstream appeal that I think it should have. But it's so intense and so bitey. I don't think it's really made for mass consumption. I can't really rank this album as his best album because there's just some others that are equally as good for different reasons. But as I said at the beginning, I think for you lot who are into your heavy guitar-based music with a hint of electronic, this would probably be the best one to start off with. And if you like it and feel like something a little more electronic, then go on to Intelligence and Sacrifice, his previous album, which is the one I was going to cover, but I thought this one would be more appropriate. But you knock yourself out. He's got tons of music, and a lot of it is worth listening to. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative for you. Let me know down below if you have even heard of Alec Empire, or Atari Teenage Riot for that matter. And if you have heard of Atari Teenage Riot, let me know if you'd be interested in hearing me cover one of their albums in this series, because I could definitely do that. All I'm left to say is I've still not thought of how to end videos yet. So I'm just going to say, go away!